I wonder if God got a plan for everyone. I wonder if I could take a step.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel, Life Snapshot. Evelyn, Greg and Muttley here from Australia. Check out our other videos, costs of living. There's a little bit of cooking show going on there from Evelyn. Just we chat about day-by-day life here in Australia. But this one I am going to title as New Year, New Plan 2025. And to be honest with you, I've started this plan in 2024. Okay, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do this year to just basically keep the flow going for us. We are very blessed that I made the decision years and years ago to realize that this country was not heading in a upward positive direction. It is heading down for the common folk, and be that as is, I refuse to buckle or give in, and I'm going to tell you what I think is four things that I'm going to do in 2025, and hopefully will benefit me and my position, and if it benefits you, great. Just a quick disclaimer, I am no expert. I am just doing this, my opinion, the way I want to do my life. And so far, I'm proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished, and all I want to do is grow from that. So here we go. The four things I'm going to do in 2025 is investments. I'm going to set some goals. I'm going to travel. And I'm going to listen to others. Listening to others, especially successful people or people that I feel are successful, has benefited me enormously. And I'll give you a couple of examples later on. First of all, investments. Now, like I said, some of these things we started late in 2024 because I just had to make a decision on some of the money we've got locked away. And I decided to go in different angles. People who live in Australia will know when you've got a decent amount of money in the bank, it's really kind of useless. The banks have got a strong hold on what type term deposit money you get. In other words, if you invest your money, lock it away for 12 months, the bank gives you an interest rate, and you live off the interest. I'm a self-funded retiree. Well, at the moment, we're only doing 5.15%, okay, on an online bank, and it's just enough money for my interest that I'm getting in a 12-month period to cover our bills, our costs. It really doesn't do much more than that. It's not enough money to save some money and build on what money I've got. So we're going to look into that. Come May, April this year, all our term deposits are going to mature, and we're going to look at that when it comes up. We're already starting to contact banks and talk to them about the situation. Then most of them will say, look, we don't know from day to day. They just don't know. And I feel that's crap. They just don't know from day to day what the interest rates are going to be. But if you push and push and push, and trust me, I've pushed the NAB managers, I've pushed Judo Bank, I've pushed a couple of these big banks to get as much information as I can of what the forecasts for interest rates are going to be. And as far as I think, they're going to hold. They're going to hold for now and possibly go up. Now that's bad for mortgage holders, but that's good for us self-funded retirees. Okay, so I'm going to look into that. A big thing that what we did in October last year was invested in gold. Now, bottom line with gold, it always goes up. It might fluctuate, okay? It might even go down a little bit, but in the end, gold always goes up. And I will give you a great example right now. Here it is here. Okay, there's the graph there. Okay, so if you invested, which we did back in October, all right, we put 50K aside, actually $50,700 of gold we invested. It worked out to be about 13 ounces, okay? $3,900 an ounce it was, okay? works out to be about 13 ounces. I'll do this on the calculator. 13 times, it was 3,900 an ounce, comes to $50,700. Now, today's price, 4,300, or just a little bit over. So 4,300 times 13 ounces, which we've invested in, is 55,900. So in 3 months, our gold investment has given us $5,200. It's a long-term investment. So if you've got a spare 50K, it's got a spare 100K, we're actually thinking about doubling that investment and you can hold it off for a long run. You're always going to come out in front. Gold always goes up. Okay, check out Gold Prices Australia, and that's all there. There's a graph there to check it out. So that's something that we decided to do in 2024, and we're going to probably reinvest a little bit more money into the gold market. And a couple of friends of mine who are very successful and know what they're talking about gave me this advice. Gold ounces are probably going to go over the $5,000 mark by the end of this year. It's a bold statement, and like I said, I am no expert, but I trust these people. They are rich, successful people. I'm going with my gut, and I'm going with what they say. Real estate, we're thinking about looking at the real estate, not housing. We're thinking about an investment property. Okay. Problem is, you look at apartments, there's strata, and the strata is out of your control. The strata costs can be huge. So we might be looking at a townhouse. We feel the real estate market is cooling. Anybody who says it's going to dive or crash, you're dreaming. I've been in the real estate market since the 90s, early 90s, and even we've had a GFC, we've had COVID, we have wars going on around the world. Nothing crashes the housing market. Okay, I'll be very, very surprised if it crashes. Even if it does, it always rebounds and goes up again. Okay, yes, again, it'll fluctuate, but it's all about buying the worst home in the best street. That's my attitude when it comes to that. So we're looking at maybe investing in a townhouse and renting it out as a investment property. So there's another one. Setting goals. Okay, what we're going to do is, I've already set one goal. I've given up the beer. Okay, don't quote me on this, but I've given up the beer for 2025. And if I wanted to be truthful, I did have a beer the other night with my dinner in town. One beer. So I've had one beer in 2025. Now, a guy who used to buy a carton of beer in 2024, sometimes even more, I've gone from roughly a carton of beer a week down to one beer in, what's the date today? The 11th, one beer in 11 days. So there's one goal I'm trying to set, and I'm not going to drink anymore until we go to Hong Kong, which is March the 4th. So there's one goal I'm going to do. Changing my eating habits. I feel I eat a lot of red meat. I'm 52 years old now. I need to look at my diet and be a little bit more serious about it. So I'm backing off on the meat. I used to love eating lamb chops and that. I'd put 3 or 4 lamb chops on a plate and a little bit of potato and a little bit of veggies. Now I'm doing the opposite. I'm putting 1 lamb chop on the plate and a stack of vegetables. So there's something that people can get on board with. If you start feeling healthy and looking healthy, you've got self-pride, things flow from there. Okay, that's my attitude towards it. Travel. We're looking at traveling for many reasons. One, just to enjoy ourselves. 2025 is going to be a enjoying year for us. We're going to go overseas and enjoy what the world has to offer. But also places to live. We're really thinking about things like the Philippines, first of all, because everyone's Filipina, or possibly like Southeast Asia, Vietnam even we're thinking about. We've gone to Japan. Last year went to Japan. Oh my God, it is such a beautiful place. We are really considering Japan, and some other places, Malaysia, Singapore. We're thinking of all these places to uproot here and move there. Okay, if there's, if they start ticking boxes for us with lifestyle living, we will take up that offer and attempt it. We're thinking about just renting maybe for 6 months or something in a couple of these countries and seeing how it goes. So there's some goals there's some traveling things that we're going to do. The last thing I want to do is, everybody can do this. It's very simple. It's listening to others. Okay, I tried to put this channel as positive. Okay, I don't want to hear about negative. Okay, yeah, we all under the same banner here at the moment. It's tough, right? Let's leave positive comments. Let's give other people some constructive help when it comes to what situation they're in and what you're doing to deal with it. Cost of living, your health, investments and stuff like that. Let's help each other. So leave comments down below what you think you're going to do in 2025, and maybe someone will read that comment and get some good advice, get some ideas off it, and you bounce your ideas off one another. We're all Australians here, and we're all human beings, and we're all facing the same situation. So let's help each other out. Leave some good comments down below. I hope this helps some people out. For those who don't know, I ain't rich. I've just been smart about how I've done things, and I look at the future, and I accept that things aren't going to get better. And I've just worked damn hard to get to where I am, and it's no secret what I've done. I haven't done anything that nobody else could do. So don't think for a second that I'm just got a bunch of money and I'm living the high life. We still budget. We still go to Coles and Woolworths and look at the generic brands and try and save money and do all those things. So I'm in the same boat as most middle class Australians are. Okay. The only difference maybe to the more common person in this country is we don't have kids. I don't have a mortgage, but I busted my bum to get this mortgage paid, to get the money I've got. I used to work 3 jobs when in my 20s and 30s. 3 jobs. I used to go from one job to the next, sometimes just sleeping in the back of the car for a half an hour or hour, just to make ends meet, just to get ahead of the game. So I did nothing that no one else can do, especially in your 20s and 30s. So I hope it all helps you out. I'm keeping it real, but let's have a new year, a new plan for 2025. Leave your comments. Thanks for all the support. We really appreciate it, and look out for the next video. All the best.